I want to go more into depth when it comes to talking about Biden's State of the Union address and what he hit on that was a good talking point, and then the misses of like the points that he missed on. Now, the current president Joe Biden delivered his first fucking State of the Union address on Tuesday night, a speech that came amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine and his lagging poll numbers in advance of the 2022 midterm elections. Basically, I've been watching it on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube, so I saw the speech, and everybody had a different reaction to it, and it jotted down some of the best and worst parts of the night. Now, this is the stuff he hit on: inviting the Ukrainian ambassador to the U.S. Ever since Ronald Reagan first invited honored guests to the State of the Union, this is basically an opportunity for presidents to strike memorable moments in a speech that often feels like a laundry list of policy priorities. Now, Biden's decision to have the Ukrainian ambassador over in the United States as a special guest of the First Lady Joe Biden made for an early high point in his speech, as the chamber, Democrats and Republicans, rose to their feet to cheer. But he said, we the United States of America stand with the Ukrainian peoples, President Biden said. It's a history-making backdrop, basically. For the first time ever, two women, Vice President Kamala Harris and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, sat behind the President of the United States during the State of the Union address. It's a remarkable visual, and it will make history. Um, Basically, a return to normalcy. I haven't seen that yet, but as the camera panned the House chamber before Biden spoke, I couldn't see a single person wearing a mask. When the president walked in maskless, he immediately began shaking hands. It felt like every State of the Union, before the world heard the words COVID-19. Biden said at one point, "We are moving forward safely back to normal routines." Well, not exactly, but add another. Thanks to the progress we have made this past year, COVID-19 is need no longer control our lives. But the words had more meaning because the chamber in which Biden said them looked a lot like normal, pushing the reset button basically on COVID-19. It's basically one of the worst developments of the last 2 years is that a virus has become a political football, and Biden made a plea to change that reality. Let's stop looking at COVID-19 as a partisan dividing line and see it for what it really is, a fucking awful disease. We can't change how divided we've been, but we can change how we move forward on COVID-19 and other issues we must face together. Funding the police. Um, Democrats have been facing calls from their most Democratic members to defund the police amid a series of high-profile police shootings of people of color. Now, the simple fact is that the American public has little interest in pulling money away from police departments, and Biden delivered a stirring rebuke to his party's base by insisting that the answer is not to defund the police, it's to fund them. Give them money, fund them, exactly. The chamber erupted in applause, which was a rare moment of mostly bipartisan agreement. Not giving up on bipartisanship. Biden sprinkled his speech with lines like thanks to my friends, and repeatedly acknowledged that there were real differences of opinion on major different issues. He said it is important for us to show the nation that we can come together and do big things. Biden proposed a series of proposals basically addressing the opioid crisis, taking care of our veterans, and then believing that this can be done on a bipartisan basis. Stephen Breyer. Biden personally acknowledged a retiring Supreme Court justice who was treated to an extended applause for his years in the court. It was a rare moment of genuine emotion in such a formal speech. Now, this is the stuff he missed on. Um, actions from actions from Republican Republican lunatics, Bobo and Marjorie Trader Greene. Colorado's Bobo and Georgia's Marjorie Trader Greene, two of the most despicable prominent members of the hardline House Freedom Caucus, turned their backs and refused to applaud as Biden's cabinet was introduced and took their seats in the House chamber, which is well fucking pathetic of them. Whether or not you agree with him or his administration, it's at least worth being polite as a way to honor their service to the country. Later, Bo Bitch interjected as Biden was talking about the death of his son Bo, who died from brain cancer. The work from home crowd. Biden made it clear in the speech that he believed it was time for people to begin going back to work regularly following 2 years of COVID-19 related changes to the workplace. It's time for Americans to get back to work and fill our great downtowns again. Biden said people working from home can feel safe to begin to return to an office. Another one he misspoke on was when he meant to say Ukraine, but he said it wrong. As Biden wrapped up the section of his speech that was dedicated to the Russian invasion, he sought to praise the Ukrainian people. Instead, he accidentally said Iranian. But we know what he meant though. But well, it took a little something away from the moment. The last one, the Schumer stand. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer leapt to his feet to applaud Biden's touting of his economic plan, except that he sort of mistimed the applause. And look, man, we've all fucking been there. So, if you like the video, you can give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, REW King. And also, you can hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And also, if you want to support my work even further, you can donate to my Patreon link, which you can find on my About section of YouTube, to further support my work. So, yep.